Hello and welcome to my YouTube. This YouTube is I Didn't Know That. It's a collection of interesting and sometimes amusing facts about this fascinating world that you and I live in. Let's get started. Did you know that Africa is wider than the moon? Here's a map of Africa with the moon superimposed over it. Africa is 4,700 kilometers wide. The moon is only 3,475 kilometers in diameter. How many hearts does an octopus have? Octopuses have 3 hearts, 2 brachial hearts, and a systemic heart. Did you know you cannot smell when you are asleep? Did you know that tigers actually have striped skin underneath their striped fur? Here's a picture of a tiger's actual skin, and you can see it's striped. Did you know that hot water will actually freeze faster than cold water? Don't take my word for it. Try it. It's true. Did you know that the famous Mona Lisa has no eyebrows? Here she is. Here she is close up. Look, Ma, no eyebrows. What's the strongest muscle in the body? And I'll give you a hint, it's not your biceps. The strongest muscle in the body is the masseter, which is the muscle that lifts up your jaw. What's the shortest complete sentence in the English language? I am. When Coca-Cola was first introduced back in the 1800s, what color was it? Coca-Cola was originally green. What's the most common person's first name in the world? The most common name in the world is Muhammad. Did you know that when the moon is directly overhead, you will weigh 0.48 grams lighter? That's because the moon's gravity is pulling you up. Did you know that chocolate will kill a dog? I certainly know this because I have a Yorkie puppy. What animal can't look up and see the sky? The answer? It's physically impossible for a pig to look up into the sky. Here's the toughest tongue twister in the English language. The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. Try saying that 3 times fast. Did you know a sneeze could kill you? It can rupture a blood vessel in your brain if you try to block it. So go ahead and sneeze. What do bulletproof vest, fire escapes, windshield wipers, and laser printers all have in common? The answer? They're all invented by a woman. What animal can't stick out its tongue? A crocodile cannot stick out its tongue. What can sleep for up to 3 years? Imagine. The answer, a snail can sleep for 3 years. American Airlines eliminated 1 olive from their salad served in the first class. How much money did that save them in a year? So they just took 1 olive out of the salad. The answer? American Airlines saved $40,000 in 1987 by eliminating 1 olive from each salad served in first class. How do butterflies taste things? What's their taste organ? This is surprising. Butterflies taste with their feet. What's the only land animal that can't jump? Elephants are the only animals that can't jump. Who invented the electric chair? I found this really amusing. Dr. Alfred Southwick, a dentist from Buffalo, New York. And there he is. Did you know a cigarette lighter was invented before the match? In the 16th century, the match wasn't invented until 1823, and those cigarette lighters really looked more like guns than anything. Did you know most lipsticks contain fish scales? This is the ingredient that makes a woman's lips look shiny or glossy. How long is the circulatory system in your body? So if they took out all the veins and all the arteries and they tied them together and laid them out and measured them, how long do you think it is? I found this staggering. The answer, 60,000 miles. Where was the first animated feature cartoon film produced? And I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Hollywood. It was Argentina in 1917, titled El Apostol. And it took 58,000 drawings. If you took all the gold and covered the entire planet, how thick would it be? How thick of a plating could you make with all the gold spread evenly around the entire globe? The answer, there's enough gold to cover the entire Earth to a depth of 1.5 feet. Where was the German chocolate cake originated? I'll give you a hint. It ain't Germany. The answer, Dallas, Texas in 1957. And it's named for Sam German. He's the man who invented the chocolate that is actually used in the cake. So it has nothing to do with the country of Germany. It's a Texas invention. How long does it take a drop of water to flow the entire length of the Mississippi? So if you started up in Minnesota, how long to get to the Gulf of Mexico? The answer, it'd take a drop of water 90 days to travel down the entire Mississippi River. 3 months. Did you know that limes sink but lemons float? Who once served bubblegum flavored broccoli? Can you imagine? And it was McDonald's. Good Lord. I'll bet that didn't last long. What letter of the alphabet doesn't appear in any of the United States state names? Every letter appears in at least one state name except this letter. What is it? And the answer, Q. How many words does the Scottish language have for snow? Scotland has 421 words for snow. Different ways of describing what snow is like. What insect can recognize and remember human faces? The answer? A honeybee can recognize human faces. So those beekeepers, they know what they look like. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was a licensed bartender, but he never passed the bar exam? He only had 1 year of formal schooling. But in all fairness, there really wasn't a bar exam back in the 1800s. You read law books and you got to practice law. And he was a practicing lawyer. 1 year of schooling. Self-taught. Did you know that during his lifetime, Vincent van Gogh only sold one painting? And here it is. This one. And it's called The Red Vineyard. Only painting he sold. Tough to make a living. Did you know that Freddie Mercury, who's the lead singer for Queen, had 4 extra teeth in his upper jaw? And if you look closely, you can sort of see that something's going on here. What color is a lobster's blood? And I'll give you a hint. It's not red. And the answer? Lobsters have blue blood, but only when the blood is exposed to air. Otherwise, it's colorless. What world-famous person was attacked by a swarm of rabbits? And I promise you, you know the name of this person. And the answer, Napoleon Bonaparte was once attacked by a swarm of rabbits in 1807. Now here's the story. He and some other officers went to this farm to hunt rabbits. And the farm owner had 3,000 rabbits in cages that he had raised. And so he let the rabbits loose. Well, when those rabbits saw Napoleon and the other hunters, they thought they were going to feed them. So they attacked them, and they actually were running up and down his pants legs. And Napoleon had to retreat to a house to be saved from these vicious rabbits. Where did director George Lucas get the idea for Chewbacca in his movie Star Wars? Where did this funny, fuzzy-looking character, where did he get the idea? And the answer, Chewbacca in Star Wars is based on George Lucas's dog, an Alaskan Malamute, who was named Indiana, who also inspired the name Indiana Jones. So it's all because of the doggy Indiana. What human organ can regenerate itself? The answer, the liver is the only human organ that can fully regenerate itself. What is the oldest continuous sporting event in the United States? Been going on continuously. The answer, the oldest continuous sporting event is the Kentucky Derby. What is bonapathy? And the answer, the psychological disorder in which a patient believes they are a cow. And no, I didn't make that up. What animal can make more than 100 different sounds? And you know this animal well. A lot of you probably have one. The answer, a cat can make 100 different sounds. How many letters are there in the Hawaiian alphabet? And the answer, there's just 12 in the Hawaiian alphabet. And here they are. A-E-I-O-U, they've got all of our vowels. H-K-L-M-N-P-W. That's it. We have 26. They have 12. Did you know that sliced bread was invented 1 year after TV was invented? Television was basically invented in 1927. Sliced bread came along a year later in 1928. What animal has a stronger sense of smell than a dog? And the answer, an ant has a stronger sense of smell than a dog. How many calculations are required to create a day's weather forecast? And this is why we have computers. The answer, 10 billion calculations. Years ago in the 1970s, I worked for Control Data Corporation. They made huge supercomputers. And our good customers were the National Weather Service because they had to do all of these calculations to create a weather forecast. In wireless technology, where did the name Bluetooth come from? You know, Bluetooth, that short-range wireless. It's the way my computers and my iPhones can talk to my speakers and printers. Bluetooth. This is a surprising answer. Bluetooth was named after a 10th century king, Harold Bluetooth, who united Norway and Denmark. You see, these scientists were Norwegians, the guys that invented the Bluetooth wireless network. 10th century king. How many times can you fold an 8 by 11 inch piece of paper? This surprised me a lot. What do you think? 15, 20, 30, 50? Nope. 7 maximum folds. That sounds ridiculous. I defy you, I dare you to try it. You see, it just gets so thick and so small, you just can't get to that 8th fold. What song has been covered by the most artists more than any other song? And you know it well. The answer, Yesterday by the Beatles, is considered the most covered song in music history. over 2,200 people and bands have recorded and covered yesterday. Who invented the first electric car and when did he do it? This may surprise you. The first successful electric car was made by chemist William Morrison in 1890. And there it is. How many peanuts does it take to make a jar of peanut butter? 20, 50, 500, 1,000? What do you think? The answer, it takes 540 peanuts to make a jar of peanut butter. What popular snack food is used in the production of dynamite? The answer? Peanuts. They actually use the oil, peanut oil, to make nitroglycerin, which is a component of dynamite. In the movie Jaws, actor Roy Schneider ad-libbed the famous line, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." It wasn't in the script, but he backed up after seeing Jaws for the first time and uttered this line, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." Probably one of the best known lines in the entire movie, and he just made it up on the spot. What's the dumbest sport in the world? Now, this is my opinion, but you may agree. The answer? Ferret legging is an endurance sport in which competitors attempt to keep live ferrets trapped in their pants for as long as possible. It was popular in Yorkshire, England. And yes, the ferrets did bite their private parts hard enough to draw blood. Ouch! And the record, by the way, is an hour and a half. And the guy came out bloody. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you had some fun.